Also tonight, experts are warning about a growing cybersecurity threat. The target, a service that we all use for free every day. The goal, creating GPS chaos. KPIX5's Joe Vasquez is on the road with this story. Joe?
Hey, Ken, remember the old days? If you got lost, you had to ask somebody directions or use a paper map? Not anymore. We've really come to expect that these navigation systems will work in our smartphones. But now there's a growing concern that they are going to get hacked by way of the Global Positioning Satellite System.
When Erin Wolf wants directions or to get a ride, she whips out her smartphone, clicks on an app, and
when you open it up, they'll already have your location on there.
That's thanks to G.P.S., a U.S. network of 31 satellites that provide navigation technology. But G.P.S. is not so much about the maps, it's about time.
Essentially, all of the G.P.S. satellites are just very precise clocks.
On each satellite, a set of atomic clocks. These clocks are incredibly accurate. Just like a heartbeat, they send a continuous, ultra-precise time signal to Earth.
The GPS satellites are basically whispering down to GPS receivers the time.
It gives you time down on the order of a billionth of a second.
Computers around the world use GPS to determine what time it is, and that means
We are completely reliant upon GPS.
including the cell towers that route phone calls, ATMs, credit cards, the electric grid that powers your home, tractors harvesting food, any stock or investment transaction, digital broadcasting, airports, and BART. They all rely upon GPS and its ultra-precise timing.
It's being used all over.
Professor Bradford Parkinson of Stanford should know. He was the chief architect, advocate, and developer of GPS. He says our economy now depends on it.
GPS value to the United States is over $66 billion a year.
The problem, there's a growing cybersecurity threat to GPS. The greatest danger, deliberate spoofing or jamming by hackers, terrorists, or rival foreign military powers.
This is a major national security issue.
At a recent cybersecurity conference in Las Vegas, a security expert demonstrated how, with a cheap homemade kit, he could effectively warp time by falsifying GPS-based time signals. Shift time and services stop working.
If GPS were to fail in the San Francisco Bay Area tonight, all the bridges would shut down because none of the payment systems would work. Nobody would be able to use any of their credit cards, and you're not going to get any money out of the ATM. The hospitals would not be able to work. The electrical systems would fail.
We know that there's a danger and that eventually something bad will happen, but we really haven't taken any action to prevent it.
Dana Goward is president of the Resilient Navigation and Timing Foundation. Along with Parkinson, he is calling for a backup system to augment GPS, not in space, but here on Earth, where it is harder to hack.
We strongly think GPS should be augmented.
We have to have a backup.
California Congressman John Garamendi agrees. He's pushing Congress to fund it. The clock is ticking.
We hope it's not going to take a 9/11 or Katrina-like disaster.
In the meantime, one Silicon Valley company that makes atomic clocks for its own clients is taking matters into its own hands. Microsemi has created a firewall to bolster protection against the growing GPS threat.
The threat is real. We see it on a global basis.
As for Erin, she wants Congress to stop wasting time and fund the backup.
Knowing how much it affects every part of my life, I would say, yeah, I'm pretty dependent on it.
It's believed that other countries have backup systems. Russia, North Korea, China, Iran.